Good morning, everyone. Hope all is well with you this great Tuesday morning. I got to tell you, I feel like a drowned rat. Man, when I came to office early this morning, it was just pouring and sloshing. But anyway, again, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to Morning Musings. My name is Don K. Preston, president of Preterist Research Institute in Ardmore, Oklahoma. Hey, did you get the email? I did. Wow. I got an email dated January the 8th, 2012. And it says, "This generation shall not pass until all of these things come to pass." This generation is our generation. The Bible is telling us that Jesus Christ must return in 2012. 2012 is an awesome year because Jesus Christ must return in 2012. We are told in Matthew 24:33 plus 24:34, the tribulation must start before March 15th, 2012. Wow. You know, I've been sharing with you my journey to the full preterist view of eschatology. And I have to tell you, the continuing false predictions, the continuing false excitement generated by this kind of ongoing, every generation, every year, false prediction, really caused me to say, what in the world is going on? There's something wrong, isn't there? When year after year and generation after generation, so-called prophecy experts say, oh, can't be wrong, this is it. Never been a time like ours. Remember Hal Lindsey? 1980s, Countdown to Armageddon. 1948, Restoration of Israel. A generation is 40 years, therefore 1988 ought to be the rapture. Well, of course, he then recalculated and said a generation must be 125 years. Wrong. Grant Jeffrey, Tim LaHaye, even Thomas Ice. They tell us in the book Charting the End Times that the generation to see all of the signs must be the generation to see the coming of the Lord. And they say that 1948 is the super sign of the end in their book Charting the End Times again. Well, guess what? Generation's 40 years. 1948's come and gone. 1988 is come and gone. More false predictions. You know, folks, when is the modern church going to come to grips with this issue? Jesus told his living, breathing disciples, "Many will come in my name saying, I am he, and the end has drawn near. Do not believe them." Now, he told those same disciples that when they saw the signs of the end, they could know it had drawn near. Matthew 24:32. Now, watch this. Those same disciples that heard Jesus warn against believing or making premature declarations of the end, in that same generation began to proclaim the end of all things has drawn near. They used virtually Jesus' identical words that he used to warn against premature declarations of the end. Now, look, were they right or wrong? If they were wrong, they became the very false prophets that Jesus warned them about. And if they were false prophets, we might as well just throw the Bible out the window. But if they were right, and they were, then that means everyone since them is 2,000 years too late. As I wrote to this gentleman here, you're 2,000 years too late. I wrote to him and asked him, in all sincerity, please, when March the 16th comes, and oh, by the way, of course, we're told the Mayan calendar predicts, world's going to end this year, 2012. So when March the 16th comes, when 2013 comes, please reconsider. Take a look at covenant eschatology. Listen, folks, the enemies of the cross know Jesus predicted his coming was going to be in the first century. The enemies of the cross know. The first century disciples predicted the end of the age, parousia, was near. They know that, and it is irrefutably true. Not one of the futurist eschatologies. I was once an amillennialist. I had no answers for these indisputable facts. The dispensationalists don't get it. I'm being kind. The postmillennialists try to deal with it. They still don't get it. And in the debate that I'll be having with Joel McDermott in July of this year, please come to the debate here in Ardmore. This will be a center point. Did Jesus predict his final coming, the time of the resurrection, to be in the first century? And yes, he did. The church must come to grips with this, and it has not historically done so. Let me say again, this kind of prediction does nothing but bring shame on the name of Christ. It's time for the church to come to grips with the issue, and the only answer to the problem is covenant eschatology. Hey, thanks for joining me for this morning's program. We'll see you on the flip side.